People are looking for true happiness in life. Are you? We are. I am. Everybody does. But you should not forget that not everybody is gonna have that kind of life full of happiness, full of joy here on earth. Perhaps 99% suffering, albeit, and just 1%. I mean, the other way around. 99% of suffering and 1% of happiness. Many people have that. If I were to choose. This life is really hard. No doubt about it. Nobody can say it's easy. They'd be lying. Some people are having trouble with their economic state. Having a bad job or not having a job at all. Not enough money to buy food, shelter, and basic necessities for the family. It's just very sad. And a lot of people, majority of people in the world, in a country, in a place, locality, is experiencing that. But that's not the hardest part. The hardest part is impoverishment of the spirit. And that's the reason why so many rich people are not truly happy at all. And many of them would give up everything just to have peace of mind and true happiness. It's something that they have a dilemma to decide on, which is to give up their riches, just like the story in the Bible, just to follow Jesus. While those who follow Jesus and are trying to follow Jesus are at the same time tempted to be worldly and get the best of both worlds, like following Jesus at the same time having riches to be secured enough and not having financial troubles here in this world, which is not really compatible with Christian values, I tell you. For it is very rare and most rarely the case be if there is a rich man, truly rich like a billionaire, and at the same time lives and decided to live poorly for the sake of the kingdom of God. And how is he doing that? Is there such a person who would give all his riches for the service of God intelligently, not just giving them over the hand and let the scoundrels and the vicious poor people waste all the money? Like, intelligently, he apportioned the money in a very systematic way that benefits the purpose of God, which is the salvation of souls. Can you even imagine what I'm talking about? A rich person and a good Christian at the same time. It just isn't fitting on one picture. You're either poor, physically, financially, materially, and at the same time faithful, pleasing to God, or you're rich, and then you are devoid, truly empty of spiritual graces and virtues. For if you are, you would have not dared, even though you have such money, to go to fancy restaurants and fancy vacations and be like and living as those poor people. To sympathize, not only to sympathize, but to put your shoes or sandals, or your foot to the sandals of Jesus, who is very, very poor. As he said, foxes have holes and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay down his head. He's laying it on the rock to sleep on.